It is a frigid Friday night in the city of Chicago, but inside the Now Arena, we are ready for some G League basketball. The Windy City Bulls getting ready to head to Vegas for the Showcase Cup, hosting the Grand Rapids Gold, trying to improve on their outstanding home record. We welcome you courtside here in Hoffman Estates. Carlik Jones, one of the most outstanding point guards in the G League, rewarded for his fine play, signed to a two-way contract with the Chicago Bulls today. He's averaging almost 21 points a game and 8 assists. He has been great. Played outstanding on their two-game road trip. The Windy City Bulls split the two games. He had 36 points in their game in Cleveland on Monday. Courtside with Jeff Lanzi, I'm Mark Shanowski. Jeff working his first Windy City game. You know him from doing DePaul radio.
Right.
Of course, the local sportscaster here in Chicago. He played college basketball at Niagara, so you know what you're talking about.
I did, exactly. Yeah, I played it for quite a while, as a matter of fact. But yeah, you're talking about Carlik Jones.
Yeah.
The guy's earned the two-way contract. He's been unbelievable, as you mentioned, averaging 28 points over his last two games, and it coming at the right time because the Windy City, or the NBC, or the G League Showcase beginning Monday out in Las
Vegas. Coming up on Monday. As you look at the starting lineups, Henry Domarsan told us with a couple of games against the last place team, the Grand Rapids Gold, who are 2-12, they're going to experiment a bit with the lineups. Nick King will start at center in place of Marko Simonovic. We do have Carlik Jones in the backcourt, along with the Chicago Bulls first-round draft pick, Dalen Terry. He loves playing here at Hoffman Estates, getting some G League game action. Henry Drell, Malcolm Hill at the forward spots. The best player in the visitors is Peyton Watson. He was a first-round draft pick of the Denver Nuggets, and he's averaging about 20 points a game. So he'll be the guy to watch for the team in white. Carlik Jones bringing the ball up, and as I mentioned, he has just been outstanding. One of the best point guards in the G League, and now, as I said, rewarded a two-way contract with the Bulls as Nick King misses from three-point range, but the Bulls get the steal. Ball pass inside to King. Nice spin move around and in.
Yeah, nice play there. Set up by Malcolm Hill with the steal. Got the easy basket there for the Bulls, get him off to a quick start. You got to remember this Grand Rapids team comes in with the worst record in all of the G League. They only have 2 wins, Mark.
Right, they've really struggled. Jared Butler with the ball. He's probably a name that's familiar to college basketball fans. He was the most outstanding player in the NCAA tournament when Baylor knocked off Gonzaga a couple of years ago, trying to work his way to the league. Little step back three, and that missed just about everything. If the board wasn't there, that would wound up in the 5th row.
I don't think he was doing that in college, was he?
No, not. He was a better shooter. The shot's a little bit closer at the college level. As Carlik Jones getting into the paint, little step back shot around and out, and the rebound pulled down by the mountain man, Grant Golden, the big center for Grand Rapids.
Yeah, he's a big man, isn't he? Takes up a lot of space.
Pass inside to Watson. Henry Drell with the challenge. He's going to be our halftime guest. A really interesting interview with Henry Drell, a native of Estonia. You'll get a kick out of what he had to say in our halftime chat coming up. Jared Butler going inside again. Drell knocks it away, but Jack White goes flying in. Jack White, a name that's probably familiar as well. He played his college ball for Mike Krzyzewski at Duke. Quick shot in transition by Malcolm Hill, no good, and it's the big man, Golden, with the rebound.
Quick pace here early on in this game, getting up and down the court.
Golden able to seal off his defender, takes the pass on an easy lay-in. With that kind of size, he was able to use it to his full advantage.
Well, that's what Golden does, too. He gets inside, and he just uses that big, wide body.
Nick King getting the start at center tonight. Of course, he was the Bulls' first pick in the G League draft, and he's done a nice job working his way into a regular rotation spot for Henry Domarsan. Shot clock down to 5. They've got nothing going right now. Malcolm Hill over to Carlik Jones driving on Golden. Little lefty flip, no good. Grand Rapids going the other way. Jeff, one thing you'll get used to, a lot of turnovers here on the G League level. Great passing there. Nick King with the big slam. Transition turns into a big dunk for King.
It does get sloppy, especially early on. A lot of these guys sometimes haven't even played with each other, sometimes. But
yeah, ever-changing rosters at the G League level. But I'll tell you what, Henry Domarsan's done a really good job with this group. They're off to a really nice start, and they're heading into the Showcase Cup with a lot of momentum. 9-5 record. Hopefully picking up a couple of wins against Grand Rapids these next 2 nights as White comes up short on the corner jumper.
Nice two wins would be nice to take to Vegas with you. A lot of you take a lot of stuff like that with you on the road after coming off big wins.
Great pass, Dalen Terry to Henry Drell, lays it in with the left hand. That's one of the things the Bulls like about Terry. He's got a good feel out there on the court.
And Drell says thank you.
Yeah, good defense. As he cuts off Butler, it's going to be a turnover against the Gold. You know, Dalen Terry, some guys when they play in the G League, they're thinking, well, maybe this isn't, I shouldn't be here. I'm not. But I think that Dalen Terry's got an excellent attitude coming here to play.
Well, he does because he knows he needs to be here to get time.
And he draws the foul there.
Yeah. I mean, he's here for a reason, and he knows it. He knows he's got to get time on the floor. He's got to get stronger. He's got to, score points. He's got to score. He wants to play up with the Bulls. I mean, in the NBA, he knows he has to score, and he knows he has to get stronger. And where's he going to get that? But here in the G League, and I think he's accepted that.
If you're a first-time viewer to G League basketball action, they have the experimental free throw rule. On any shooting foul, you only shoot one free throw. So Terry unfortunately missed that one, left 2 points at the line.
By the way, I like that rule.
It really helps the pacing. These games generally are done in a 2-hour time span.
I do. I know the NBA has thought about it.
I don't know if it's ever going to happen there.
I don't think so either.
Grady lines up the three ball from the corner. That's no good. Rebound snatched by Carlik Jones. Even though he's the shortest player on the court at 6'1", he's done a really good job rebounding, averaging 5.5 per game. We're going to get an offensive foul called on the screen.
Yeah, on the screen.
Nick King.
Yep.
So a little bit of a ragged start, but
tried to help out his teammate a little bit, but got a little wide with the screen and got caught for the foul.
There you see the Windy City coaching staff in their Christmas orange, all outfitted together. As you take another look at Nick King not being able to set a solid screen there, the ball will go the other way on the offensive foul. There's Kellen Grady trying to maneuver around a screen by the big man Golden. Peyton Watson driving in. Nice drop off. Good challenge at the rim by Dalen Terry, no good. They push it the other way. Malcolm Hill, they'll step through lay-in, no good. Dalen Terry is going to get him another chance. Carlik Jones working on Jack White. King tried to drop it to Henry Drell, but instead it's stolen by the Gold.
Drell wasn't looking and didn't know the pass was coming.
That's Jared Butler running the pipe. Nice drop pass knocked away, and Dalen Terry comes up with the loose ball. Ahead to King, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Windy City Bulls. And you'll find that everybody's trying to push the ball in transition. That is the way that the way of the world in the G League. You don't have to worry about the shot clock too much at this level.
Sometimes they force it in transition. There was probably really no need to push that ball right there by Dalen Terry. Probably could have got to the basket by himself.
That's what you would call a low percentage pass. He
Very
tried to
low
throw it
percentage.
up the top of three guys, but fortunately, Windy City's able to retain possession. Here's Malcolm Hill, the former Illini star, in the corner. Now it's Carlik Jones being guarded by Jack White. Little step back baseline jumper off the iron, no good. Peyton Watson with the rebound.
Jones off to a slow start, 0 for 3 in this game.
Jared Butler, as I mentioned, the former Baylor star, hits the three-point shot. Peyton Watson is the leading scorer for the Gold, averaging about 21 points a game. He's done a nice job for them. And they are coached by Andre Miller, the longtime NBA star, his first year as coach of the Grand Rapids Gold, as Nick King is able to hit the follow away. And you know, most of the G League teams have some geographical proximity with their G League squad. Well, you go from Denver to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Not exactly easy for a call-up.
No, it's not.
Butler hits the three ball. He's off to a nice start offensively for the Gold.
You're talking about Andre Miller, their first-year head coach. He had a really nice NBA career.
A long one. He was a pro's pro.
Played with Cleveland, played with the Denver Nuggets. So I mean, he was excellent when he played in the NBA. Nice block there.
Block inside. Henry Drell thought he was fouled, but instead he'll just have to inbound the ball baseline. As we get our first time out of the evening, Henry Domarsant trying to get a little bit more continuity on offense. Windy City Bulls trailing by 2 early. G League basketball from Hoffman Estates here on NBC Sports Chicago. We are back at Now Arena. Time for Keys to the Game, courtesy of Jeff Blancy.
All right, Mark, I think the first one's pretty obvious. Carlik, keep making a point to make his, and what I'm talking about is keep scoring points. 36 2 games ago, 21 his last game, gets a 2-way contract, feeling good about himself, keep pouring in the points. Hey, and then we talked to the head coach Domarsant before the game, Mark, and he said one thing we got to do tonight, Jeff, is play downhill. What does he mean by that? Get the ball in the paint, get the ball low. Let's get some easy baskets down low and take advantage of what we have in the paint. And then he said, stay connected on defense. And what he means by that is communicate. Communicate with each other defensively. Got some new guys coming in. Obviously, he said he was going to tinker with the lineups tonight, which means there's got to be a lot of communication defensively between the guys.
Well, unfortunately, not great communication offensively that time. We said we don't see many 24-second shot clock violations. We got one right there as Malcolm Hill handed the ball to Carleek Jones.
That's the first one you've seen all year, maybe?
1 second left on the shot clock. So Carleek said, thanks for nothing. I'm the one who gets stuck with the turnover there as the Gold get the ball to Jack White. Being guarded by Malcolm Hill. Nice drop-off feed, but the layup is blown by Camper. We get a foul inside on the rebound try. Daniel Oturu making an entrance for Henry Domarsano. Oturu has not been getting a lot of playing time. He had an ankle injury that sidelined him for a while, but last year he was an outstanding contributor at the center position. He tried to get the block on White, but called for the foul. White going to the line. He'll have one free throw for a chance to pick up 2 points for the visiting Gold.
Well, you saw White miss the shot, and there was no help on the weak side. That's what allowed Grand Rapids to get the rebound, and of course White picks up the bucket and now the free throw. Good for 2 points.
Dalen Terry advancing the ball. Now it's Carleek Jones on the penetration. Nice little shot by Carleek Jones. You know, we call him a power guard at 6'1". He likes to post up guys in the paint.
That's what he does. He's got that nice little fadeaway jump shot that he's got almost perfected.
Carleek showing his leadership, trying to get the guys fired up after a bit of a slow start, but they're only down 2. Jack White didn't anticipate that back cut and throws it out of bounds. So a turnover against the Gold to go the other way.
Malcolm Hill did anticipate it. That's why he was there. He beat the offensive player to the back door, and that's what forced the turnover.
Now entering the game for the Windy City Bulls, a guy that Jeff knows very well, Javon Freeman Liberty, was an outstanding player at DePaul. What did you like best about his game there?
Well, I liked him how he played hard. He always played hard, and he never gave up. Didn't matter if DePaul was up 25 points or down 25 points. I just love the way he plays the game, and he's fast. He doesn't play. I mean, there's nothing slow about Javon Freeman Liberty.
And Freeman Liberty coming off a 21-point performance in a win over the Motor City Cruise the other day. Ethan Thompson also entering the game. He's a guy that can really score points in a hurry. Outstanding career at Oregon State. This is his second year with the Windy City Bulls, and Henry Domarsan has come to rely on him as a guy that can provide some instant offense off the bench.
Those are the kind of guys you want. When you come in, you better be able to put the ball in the basket.
That's been one of the keys to their success this season. They've gotten a really good scoring from their bench group. That's been a real strength for them this year. Gold also going with some heavy reserves. Number 7, Chason Randall, who had a decent amount of time with the New York Knicks. He lines one up from three-point range, no good, and Malcolm Hill with the rebound.
He's been around a little bit, huh?
He has, yeah. He's going to turn 30 in February, so he's had some NBA minutes trying to work his way back through the G League.
And a nice college career at Stanford, right?
Stanford, yeah.
Stanford, yeah.
Kellen Grady. Adonis Arms also in the game. He's scoring double figures off the bench for Andre Miller.
Well, like the defensive pressure that the Windy City Bulls are applying right now. See, you make a tough shot, you force them into a bad shot, didn't get the offensive rebound, didn't get the defensive rebound, but you forced them into a bad shot. That can't happen.
Yeah,
that'll
Manny
drive
Camper,
a head coach crazy.
Manny Camper able to get his own rebound and score on the follow. And the Windy City right now not doing a great job on the defensive board. They'll have to pick up in that area. Malcolm Hill goes strong to the basket. He is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. That time he saw an opening baseline, took it hard to the hoop.
Well, Malcolm Hill does that well. You know, he doesn't. A nice little pump fake in, as you see it here again. Look at him go up strong. Little jimmer with the ball. Go left, go right, bring it back up, and then get fouled. And now he's going to the line, shooting one for, again, 2 points, which we talked about earlier,
right.
Mark. Again, how we both like that rule. I think it speeds up the game. It puts a little more emphasis on making the free throw as opposed to having another one after this first one.
I'll tell you what, the scorers hate that when they miss the free throw. The chance to pick up 2 points so easily.
With one shot.
And you leave them behind. Yeah, that's Andre Miller is sending guys over the boards in waves. 3 more substitutions come in. Trayvon Duvall, a point guard who also played at Duke, making his first appearance of the night. They try to dump the ball into goal. Instead, it's a turnover. 2-on-1 break. A little sloppy with the ball. Oturu going over the top of the guard. Misses from close range. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Windy City. And they always tell you to pass it to a guard because that will avoid things like that happening.
Well, the problem is you got to get it to the guard.
Right, you do.
Arturo had a tough time making with a couple of dribbles trying to get it to the guard and didn't get it there. And it ended up, well, Windy City Bulls still have the ball out of bounds. There's an
nice
easy one
inbounds
there.
play, yeah. Easy lay-in for Javon Freeman Liberty as the Gold fall asleep on their inbound defense.
Boy, he made a nice cut to the basket, did Freeman Liberty.
Peyton Watson coming off the curl cut, the big throwdown. He's averaging 21 points a game, as I mentioned. He was a first-round draft pick by Oklahoma City, then traded to the parent team of the Gold, the Denver Nuggets. So Oturu gets hacked by Manny Camper going to the basket. He'll get a chance to go to the free throw line after we get a timeout here in Now Arena. Windy City starting to pick it up just a little bit offensively, but they still trail by 2, 16-14. As we get under 3 minutes in the quarter, Peyton Watson showing his vertical leap here in Hoffman Estates. We're coming right back with more G League action. Head coach Henry Domarsan told us he was going to experiment with lineups, and I think one of those experiments is Marko Simonovic not playing. He did play in the last couple of road games. He missed last week's home games because of a non-COVID illness, but we can't really see him because the basket support was blocking him. But trust me, he is on the bench. We know he's there, and we don't know if we're going to see Marko today. They play this Gold team again tomorrow night. I think what he wants to do, he's got 12 or 13 players on the roster. I think he wants to rotate things through, and we should point out, we mentioned at the top of the show that Carlik Jones was rewarded with a two-way contract.
Right.
Kostas Antetokounmpo, Giannis's younger brother, no longer with the Windy City Bulls, and that's what opened up the two-way spot for Carlik Jones. But because of that, they're a little bit shorter than usual, and so I'm kind of surprised at this point we haven't seen Marko yet. There's Watson again. He's showing his full dunk repertoire here.
Now, you mentioned Kostas now no longer with the team.
Yeah.
You've been with the team all year long. Does it surprise you? Did it surprise you when he was released today?
Well, we've heard that he may have opportunities overseas.
Okay.
And that's, everyone's looking for the best path to get to the NBA or to get the best possible paycheck. And the European leagues pay a lot more than the G League does. So it could be strictly a business decision on the part of Kostas. But nothing has been announced officially yet. We should have information on that in the next day or so. But the upshot of it is Kostas no longer with the Windy City Bulls. And that two-way spot, Malcolm Hill is one of the Bulls' two-way players, and now the other one is Carlik Jones, as Golden scores on little jump hook.
Well, good luck to Kostas wherever he ends up.
Right, absolutely. And it should give Daniel Oturu and Marko a chance to really feature their skills at the center position, because Kostas was playing some center in recent games because at 6'10", with the length that he has, he's able to defend that position pretty well. One of the leading shot blockers in the G League.
And I remember Oturu, I used to follow, while
he
watching
was
a lot of
double machine.
And I'm talking about, even go back to those college days in Minnesota.
Right.
I mean, he was unbelievable in college.
Yeah, he was an early second-round pick by the Los Angeles Clippers. He was in the league for a while, but he's not been able to stick. And here last year with the Windies, here comes Marko. See, we asked for him and we get him. That's the kind of influence that we have here at the broadcast table, Jeff.
Yeah,
I've got a direct line to Henry Domarsan. He hears what I'm saying. He's like, you know what? Mark wants him. Let's put him in.
Why haven't we seen Marko yet?
That's right.
Oh, you want him? Okay, I'll get him in. Don't worry.
So he sets the screen for Freeman Liberty. Little push shot short. Golden tips it in. That's an own goal in these days of the World Cup tournament.
Exactly. But they'll give the credit to Freeman Liberty, I'm sure, because his hand was up there as well.
He'll absolutely take it. Lob pass in. Marco's able to get a deflection, knock it out of bounds. Watson trying to find his big man Golden inside, but Marko alertly knocked it out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Gold.
Marco's got that long reach. He didn't even jump and knock that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, Simonovic has done a nice job here at the G League level. He's, obviously he's not getting any minutes with the NBA club, so he's really dedicated himself to try to improve on his weak areas as he gets the rebound there. He likes to show off his dribbling. You'll notice that as well,
which is right here. I just happened to see a little of it.
Marko flat-footed on the rebound, tried to put it back, comes up short, and Golden clears for the Gold.
See, that's one thing that will keep Marko in the G League, plays like that. He goes up, gets a rebound, and then tries to flat-footed, just tries to go back. You've got to take that ball up, Mark, and you've got to hammer it.
Take one
close,
power dribble and dunk that thing.
boom,
Yeah.
dunk it. And that's what you got to do. And when you don't, when you're trying flat foot stuff, you get a guy 6'2", 6'3" that's going to block that shot.
Right.
You got to go up strong, and it's one thing that Marco has to learn. And until he learns that, he'll be right here. But I like him. I think that his upside is big, but again, he's got to work at it, and he's got to prove it on the floor during games.
Peyton Watson was cursing himself as he went back down the floor as he missed that free throw. As I mentioned, 21-point-a-game scorer. He left 2 at the line. These guys absolutely hate when they miss that free throw. That's worth 2
you don't think
points.
they don't know that one free throw is worth 2 points?
Absolutely. Dalen Terry goes in over Golden. Marco with the tip. Bad luck on that one as it rolls off the iron. Now quickly in transition, but Ethan Thompson is able to cut off Chason Randall. He'll have to set it up. Now Marco, hard show on the screen. Behind the back, Chason Randall, blocked by Henry Drell, but we're going to get a foul.
I believe it's on Drell. It is on Drell.
He can't believe it.
Yeah, it was a nice move by Randall. Went behind the back, got to the basket, got in the lane, went up. You see him right here. See, go behind the back right there, and there's Drell coming from the weak side. Did a nice job picking up Randall in the lane, but again, a little bit too much contact.
And Henry right in front of us now, flexing his right arm. He kind of banged his shoulder on that block shot. Obviously frustrated not only in getting the foul, but he also banged up his shoulder in the process. There's 2 more points left at the free throw line. No good. That's going to end the first quarter. A little shaky free throw shooting on both ends has made this a very low-scoring first period. After 12 minutes, the Grand Rapids Gold lead the Windy City Bulls 20-18. Nick King having some fun early for the home team. We'll be back with more second quarter action here on NBC Sports Chicago.
Hey, don't forget Sunday, the Bears are back at Soldier Field to face off against Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. Join David Kaplan, Dave Wanstead, Lance Briggs, and Alex Brown as they break down the game during Football After Show presented by St. Xavier University. Sunday, 3 o'clock, right here on NBC Sports Chicago.
Boy, it's going to be cold at Soldier Field on Sunday. Next couple of games are going to be played in very frigid temperatures. They've got the Buffalo Bills next weekend.
How about the season the Philadelphia Eagles are having this year?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah,
12-1.
Golden lines up a 3 ball. That's no good. I'll tell you right now, the Windy City Bulls shooting is as cold as the weather. 30% from the field are 0 for 4 from three-point range.
Yep.
Neither team really shooting all that well. 40% for the visiting Gold. Here's Ethan Thompson coming off the curl cut. As we mentioned, he's been a really good scorer off the bench. Marco nifty behind the back pass to Terry. Back to Marco, and he is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line, a chance to shoot 1 free throw to pick up 2 points. Marco with a nice behind the back pass.
Here's what I liked about that. Marco, not so much the behind the back pass, but he did make the nice pass to the corner. But what I liked about it was the fact that Dalen Terry came in and saw Simonovic wide open and got it to him. That's the part that I liked right there.
Yeah, you'd think some NBA guys would come down at this level, try to score 30, 40 points. But Terry just plays the game the way it's supposed to be played. In every game he's played here, didn't score an exorbitant amount of points, but he had good numbers in every stat category. Rebounds, assists, steals, and that's the kind of player he is.
And getting better.
Yeah, I think, a year in the NBA weight room is going to help him as well.
Oh, there's no question he needs to get stronger. That's one of the areas that he really needs to improve on.
That was Arms missing the long shot from the corner, no good. Now numbers for the goal the other way. Arms gets the return pass and lays it in. Well run fast break there by the Gold.
Dalen Terry had no chance on that one. A little 2-on-1 there, and Grand Rapids took advantage of it.
Terry could have been called for the off arm there on the push. Instead, it's going to be a foul on the Gold. Windy City will inbound the ball side court as we're not only the second team foul by the Gold here in the second quarter. Terry hasn't really been that involved in the offense to this point, but I'm sure he'll get a chance as the game continues. Carleek Jones on a switch being guarded by the big man Golden. This is something he usually will go to work on. Yeah.
There
nice move, gets him up in the air, but the shot of fortune off the back iron, no good. Golden gets a rebound.
Boy, Carleek knew what he had right there.
He sure
took advantage of it.
Arms with a strong move, powering through and gets it to go. Adonis Arms, what a name for a basketball player, huh? He's averaging about 10 points a game for the Gold. Nice player off the bench for Andre Miller. Now it's Ethan Thompson going right at the big man Golden. Marco can't reach over the top of Chason Randall. Numbers the goal the other way. Nobody stops him. He goes right to the basket and lays it in. Somebody's got to stop the ball. And Henry Domarsan not happy about that at all. He's going to get his group together and say, listen, guys, this is a team that we're supposed to beat. They come in with a 2-12 record. We got to get back on defense. We got to do a better job on both ends of the court. So Windy City down by 6, 9:55 in the second quarter. Time for the home team to get it rolling here in Hoffman Estates. Jeff, you saw something on that last play that you know Henry's not going to be happy about.
Well, yeah, he told us before the game he wants to play well defensively. Well, if you watch Ethan Thompson right there, number 5, see that right there?
Yeah.
He's just running alongside of Randall. You got to get ahead of him and cut him off. You just can't let him go to the basket that easy and get an uncontested layup. That will drive a head coach crazy, and that's exactly why he called that timeout.
Yeah, and Carlik Jones got the worst of that. He was kicked in a very sensitive area as Randall finished that move to the basket. He's like, first I got to pick up your guy, and then I get kicked you know where. You know,
been there, done that.
So Carlik Jones has regained his composure and his breath, and he's ready to go as he brings the ball up court for the Windy City Bulls.
Boy, Carlik's been quiet tonight scoring.
He has. Malcolm Hill for 3, and that's good. Nice to see him get going. He's one of those guys, Jeff, that he can heat it up in a hurry.
I believe that's the Bulls. That's their first three-pointer.
Right. They've struggled from distance.
Yep, 1 for 4 now.
And that's not their strength. They're more of a team that likes to get out in transition,
right,
and they also get some points in the paint. But you need to shoot the three-point ball in the modern NBA and the G League.
Nice steal there by Jones.
Oh, a little shake by Marco. Nice pass. Javon Freeman Liberty lays it over the top. How about Marco setting him up, the big 7-footer with a nice drop feed.
That was nice. He saw a little eye contact. That's all you need with your guy. Just give him a little eye contact. He saw Javon Freeman Liberty go back door. Nice little bounce pass. Easy basket for Freeman Liberty.
Trayvon Duval. Ball swung out to Peyton Watson, the leading scorer for the Gold. Long off the back iron. Golden got inside position on Marco, who blocks it. Nice save by Freeman Liberty. Windy City heads the other way. Malcolm Hill on the drive. He's going to draw the foul. It'll be the 3rd team foul against the Gold.
Foul's on Randall. Nice job getting to the basket. But at the other end, you know, Marko Simonovic, you talked about not getting, you know, position with a rebound.
Right.
You have to be able to get, when you see a shot go up, you have to be able to get yourself between the basket and your defender. If you can do that, you do a good job rebounding. If you can't do that, you will get blown away in the paint at the offensive end.
Well, the big man for the Gold, Grant Golden, goes 6'10", 255 pounds.
Well, he's a load.
Use his weight to full advantage on that sequence. Nice catch by Carlik Jones on the skip pass there. Nick King will try the 3-ball from the corner off the back iron, no good. Long lead feed to Arms. Gets ahead of the pack, but good hustle by Freeman Liberty to knock it away.
And they called a foul on him, too. Well, I didn't think that was a foul.
Yeah, it looked like that was all ball as he knocked it away. Take another look. Long lead feed, and Freeman Liberty looked like he timed it pretty well. Maybe caught a little bit of the arm, but maybe mostly ball.
Maybe.
Mostly ball. Yeah, he's
if I'm refereeing,
he's talking to Kellen Grady. He says, you know what, I got all ball on that one.
If I'm refereeing, I let that go. You know why? Because of the hustle by Freeman Liberty. I just let it go.
Adonis Arms sinks the free throw, picks up a couple of points at the line. To mention, averaging 12.2 points per game off the bench for Andre Miller. Now there's Carlik Jones on the attack, kicks it out to Nick King. Little lefty floater blocked away, but yeah, that's going to be goaltending on Peyton Watson. He doesn't like the call, but the ball was on its way down.
That was an easy call.
2 points for the Windy City Bulls.
That was an easy call. Here's you look at the replay again. You see the ball right there. No question about that goaltending.
Yeah, when you get a big man driving to the hoop and shooting it from 5 feet, it's going to be coming down pretty quickly.
More than likely.
Kick out to the corner to Arms. Now it's Peyton Watson between traffic. Jack White with the reverse tip. No, tip again. Marco fighting for the rebound. He finally does grab it. Trying to lead the fast break. Malcolm Hill open in the corner. That's good. Didn't exactly run that textbook in terms of a fast break, but it wound up in 3 for Malcolm.
It's back-to-back threes for Malcolm.
Grand Rapids trying to set up a half-court play. Jared Butler being guarded by Freeman Liberty. Does a nice job of working around the screen. Now it's Watson, shot clock under 5, pushes off. Oh, we're going to get a foul called on Malcolm Hill.
Yeah, they called a charge. Excuse me, they called it on
Yeah,
Malcolm Hill.
He definitely pushed off with the free arm, but
I thought he did too.
the call went against Malcolm Hill instead.
Here's another look
that
at
left hand wing. Yeah.
See, the foul should have been on Watson, and I'll tell you why. Because he lowered that left shoulder.
Yeah.
Once you lower that left shoulder, Mark,
yeah,
it's an offensive foul. I'm sorry. It's the only way you can call that.
He loaded up. You see Andre Miller on our screen, longtime NBA veteran, yelling out instructions for the Gold. And after a long NBA career, you wondered if he'd want to get into coaching, but he's going to try to work his way up through the G League level. Now it's Peyton Watson being guarded by Henry Drell. Fall-away jumper, no good. And Marco, good position for the rebound.
That's better. Better job by Marco at the defensive end.
Simonovic out front. Dribble handoff to Carlik Jones, who's double-teamed. Shot clock under 10 now. Freeman Liberty, the one-legged Dirk shot is good. You see that at DePaul?
No.
He added that to his game, huh?
He's definitely to his repertoire. That's part of it now. That was a nice shot by Javon, falling away with the 1 foot.
A lot of guys have added that Dirk Nowitzki patented shot to their arsenal. Here goes Arms, a nice drop off to White, and he lays it in. Good two-man execution by the Gold.
Credit Grand Rapids, right. Nice two-man execution is exactly how you want to put it, because they did a nice little give and go there and just got a nice easy basket.
That time Marco not getting a good solid screen. Carlik Jones has to pass it off. It'll be the 4th team foul against the Gold, so no free throws yet on that. Windy City will inbound the ball side court. Ethan Thompson checks back in for Henry Domersant, and Carlik Jones will get a rest.
Yeah, you see the replay right here as Carlik Jones trying to get through to Grand Rapids Gold at the same time. Somebody had to foul him. Yeah, it was Butler.
And the spacing's got to be better on that screen and roll, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You get too many guys jammed up in there.
And you got no chance to get through.
There's Ethan Thompson again. Marco with the screen out high. Picked up on a switch by White. Good cut by Freeman Liberty. He lays it in. Very alert pass, but the key is Freeman Liberty cutting back door.
Second time he's done a great backdoor cut, and second time he's got an easy layup out of it.
Arms out front, handing it off to Kellen Grady. Peyton Watson, nice drop feed inside. Jack White misses the shot. You know, he's doing the Moses Malone thing. He's missing shots intentionally, so he gets a rebound and a basket.
He's missed like 3 or 4
I know, he's done that all the time. He's going to look at his rebounding stats and go, Coach, I'm killing it on the boards. Andre Miller's going to say, if you make the first shot, you wouldn't get all those rebounds. As we get a foul against Grand Rapids, that's going to be their 5th foul of this second quarter, which means with 5:44 left, any foul will send Windy City to the line, which could be a big advantage as we head to the halftime.
Nicholas King did a great job there getting to the basket. He saw a slight little opening there. He knew, hey, you give it to me, I'm going to take it. And he did, and they fouled him, so now he's at the line.
Nick King will try to pick up the 2 points by making his 1 free throw. And it's good. They did a great job last weekend, Jeff. I think they made something like 13 out of 14 at the line, which is great to pick up all those points. And it was a huge advantage in their win.
Sure it is. There's no doubt. You only have to take 13 shots to get, what, that 26 points?
Yeah. That adds up in a hurry. Grady will try a 3-point shot off the iron, no good. Nick King with the rebound for Windy City. Henry Drell's been quiet so far in this first half. Get the ball to the cutting Thompson. Marco for 3. That's off the iron, no good. Drell hustling for the rebound, can't save it. He'll go back to Grand Rapids as Daniel Oturu comes back. Marco Simonovic will check out.
I think last time down the floor, Jack White trying to guard Javon Freeman Liberty. And Javon Freeman Liberty's got to realize when he's got a mismatch. Jack White cannot guard Javon Freeman Liberty.
Right.
And he's got to realize that. You got to take a couple of dribbles, a little crossover, maybe behind the back, get past him for a layup, or at least make White foul you getting to the basket. But again, Freeman Liberty's got to learn that. And he is. He'll learn that.
Busy schedule coming up this weekend for the Windy City Bulls. They'll play Grand Rapids again tomorrow night. Then they fly to Las Vegas on Sunday. They play their first game in the Showcase Cup on Monday. So Henry Domersant was telling us 3 games in 4 days with a trip to Las Vegas wedged in between.
Yeah, and he said the worst part about that is no practice time.
Right.
That's the worst part.
Freeman Liberty strong to the basket, shot blocked by White. Oturu picks up the loose change, can't get the follow to go. And again, we see a center shooting it flat-footed.
We saw it from Simonovic, and now we see it again there from Oturu. And again, Oturu, he's a big, strong guy. He's got to go up to the basket. Get up, play by the rim, play above the rim.
That's what you're looking for in your big guys. There's no question about it. Inbound the ball to Ethan Thompson. Inside to Oturu against the smaller Jack White, trying to body him inside. Goes baseline, but he got himself trapped underneath the basket. Misses on the tip, and Oturu very frustrated. He had a chance to get an easy 2 points and couldn't convert.
Yeah, I like the way he stayed with it, though. That was the good part about that.
Trying to pick up a foul, but the referees didn't bail him out. Numbers for Windy City. Ethan Thompson lines up a three. That is good. Ethan Thompson is a guy that can really provide some instant offense. He's been a great player for Windy City these last couple of years. Andre Miller says, hey, that's enough. I don't want this game to get out of hand. Windy City now with their biggest lead of the night at 7 points, 39-32, 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter as we see Nick King directing some traffic. Ethan Thompson drains the three ball. The home team in front by 7.
Get ready for your relatives by joining us on Saturday, December 17th. That would be tomorrow, for our holiday party featuring $2 beers.
That's my kind of party.
How about that? $2 beers. Early arriving fans will also receive a winter's scarf to warm their hearts as they enjoy their holiday beverages. Don't miss this last chance for personal sanity before Cousin Eddie and the gang invade your house.
How about that? That's a nice looking scarf. We got to pick up a couple of those tomorrow night.
Can we get one?
Yeah, I think I know a couple people. I think we might be able to work that out.
Okay, you got connections for us?
Yeah.
All right.
Jared Butler with the ball for the Grand Rapids Gold. They've kind of cooled off here in the second quarter. As I say that, he drains a three ball. They have not shot the ball well at all. 34% from the field. Now 3 of 11 from three-point range for the Grand Rapids Gold. Dalen Terry back on the court, trying to get his offense in action. Terry has not scored yet in tonight's game. Ethan Thompson backing in, gets double teamed in the paint. Shot clock winding down. Carleek Jones on the attack, a little floater short. Oturu has had no luck inside. Tipped once, twice, no good. Battling inside, Carleek Jones comes up with it. How about that? As we've got a huge pile up underneath the basket.
Carleek.
Bodies strewn all over the paint, but Carleek Jones winds up with a bucket and a foul.
Who's that down?
Dalen Terry is the last one to get up. That's the first-round draft pick. You want to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, you do.
That's the one thing you worry about when you got a guy from the NBA coming out to play at the G level. You wonder, don't get him hurt.
Yeah, you just see right there Terry going down. Did he trip or is he staying in the game?
He's okay. He's gonna hang in there.
Okay, the fact that he's staying in there, I like that. But you know what I liked about the play itself was the fact that Carleek Jones was the smallest guy down there. Right? Those big guys were up there tapping around. As soon as that ball came down to his level, okay, he grabbed it and put it right back up and got the foul.
Yeah, he is an amazing player at 6'1". He's averaging 5.5 rebounds a game. He just has that knack for getting inside and being able to get extra opportunities for the team on the offensive end. Averaging almost 8 assists a game, one of the G League leaders in that category, and that's one of the reasons why he was rewarded with a two-way contract, which means a nice bump in pay for Carleek Jones. Congratulations to him.
And what I like what he does, he anticipates. He sees it before it happens. And when you got guards like that and players like that, that'll get you players, and that'll get you up to the next level as well.
Kellen Grady misses the three. Chason Randall with an opportunity to shoot, and he gets it that time. Chason Randall, you probably remember that name, NBA fans. He played for the Knicks. He played for a couple other squads as well. Pretty good guard. You know, he had a good college career, as you mentioned, at Stanford, and he can shoot it a little bit. So he gets the goal on the board with a three-point shot, cut the lead to 4. Carleek Jones out front to Ethan Thompson. Dalen Terry on the attack. Little step-through move. Can't get the layup to go, and Jack White with the rebound. A little frustration for Dalen Terry.
Terry's still scoreless in this game. That was only his second shot.
Yeah, he really has not been looking to force his offense. At the other end, Jared Butler in transition is able to draw a foul. He'll go to the free throw line. He'll shoot one with a chance to pick up 2 points. Both defenders a little bit slow to get over there, and Ethan Thompson gets called for the foul. And that run to the national championship by Baylor a couple of years ago was something that really unexpected. Not known as being a basketball powerhouse on the men's side, but they were so impressive that year with the three-guard offense.
They really were. They were fun to watch. They put up a lot of points on the board. Had Ethan Thompson go right there coast to coast.
Nice
I like
move
that.
By Thompson. I'm sure Andre Miller won't be happy with the defense on that one, as he's able to take the ball all the way from half court with no resistance. Now here's Butler trying to answer, guarded by Malcolm Hill. Little drop feed to Grady, and he finishes.
Again, Grady getting to the basket uncontested. You got to get up there and you got to get a hand up. Marco's got to do something. You got to slide over and help out defensively.
Dalen Terry dropping it off to Marco, kicks it out to the corner. Malcolm Hill for three, bounces off the iron. But Dalen Terry right there on the spot for the follow-up, and that's got to feel good for the rookie to get on the board. I mean, he's not really trying to force his offense, but still, you want to be able to cash in on when you get some opportunities.
You hang around in the right spot at the right time, and you'll get your opportunity, and he got one right there.
Butler to Manny Camper, out to Kellen Grady. Little floating left-handed shot is good. Kellen Grady played most of his college career at Davidson. He was an All-Atlantic 10 selection. Then he used his extra year of eligibility to go to Kentucky, but really didn't do much there. Now he's trying to work his way up through the G League level. Nice player for Andre Miller. Good drive by Carleek Jones. Of course, he played at Louisville his final year. So many guys in the transfer portal, it's hard to keep track of where they go from school to school.
The thing there that got Jones free is that little stutter step just before he put down the dribble, a little stutter step that got him free to the basket.
Bulls lose Butler on the screen, and he converts on the three ball. We now have a 1-point game as we're under 1 minute here at Now Arena. Windy City with a 48-47 lead.
The Windy City Bulls are finding out that Butler's not afraid to fire and from fire anywhere.
Oh, he's doing a nice job. Marco backing in Jack White. Good power move there as he got the smaller defender on his hip and drove him all the way underneath the basket.
In the Grand Rapids Gold, nobody dropped down to help out. Made it easy for Marco.
Butler goes strong to the basket. He has really feasted in these last couple of minutes, hitting a couple three-point shots and now on the drive. Jared Butler up to 14 points. He's the leading scorer for the visiting Gold. We get a whistle here to stop the action.
They sit there, made their last 5 points.
They're going to take a look at the clock, make sure everything's set up. We've got a 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, so Windy City will hold, try to get the last shot of the opening half.
Yeah, here's where you just want to take your time. Just take that shot clock down as far as you can.
Yeah,
leave as least amount of time possible for Grand Rapids.
You want to make sure that Grand Rapids isn't able to get a good shot on the other end.
Right.
Carleek, though, steps up and hits the 15-footer.
Well, I
shot
guess
it early in the clock, but when you make it, it's okay. It's okay.
When you get an open shot like that, you might as well take it. You're averaging 28 points your last 2 games. Why not?
Carleek Jones now with 9 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Butler with 14 for the Gold. On a switch, Marco on him. Comes up short on the 3 ball, and that will do it for our first half as Malcolm Hill's heave comes after the buzzer. Nice second quarter by the home team. They do a good job of getting out in front at a lead of as many as 7. They'll go to the locker room with a 52-49 advantage. We're going to visit with Henry Drell coming up. We'll also get you first half stats and show you a couple of highlights as we continue here at Hoffman Estates. Windy City in front at halftime, 52-49.
It is our pleasure to be joined by Henry Drell, and you've been with the team for over a year now. What are your impressions of the city of Chicago?
Almost a year. Chicago's great. Chicago's great. Schaumburg, so-so, but Chicago's great. Chicago's great.
You get a chance to sample some of the nice restaurants and some of the tourist attractions in Chicago?
Oh yeah. I've done that. I've done that a few times. With Josh Malone, my guy, he's bringing me everywhere, so he's showing me around, and it's great. It's great.
Of course, you grew up in Estonia. Tell the folks what Estonia is like.
I like to say Estonia is the best country in the world. You know, Estonia is cold. Estonia is little and cute, I'd say. Yeah. It's good people and cute cities, yeah, it's just my home, man.
What led you to the Windy City Bulls? I mean, obviously, everyone wants to play in the best league in the world, which is the NBA. Was that what brought you to here at Hoffman Estates to play with Windy City?
You know, I was in Italy for 2.5 years, and the year I came here, so last year, the Italian season wasn't that good for me, and I was looking for options all over the world. You know, I didn't care where to go. I just wanted to play basketball, and so somehow Henry, the head coach, and the old GM Josh Kribbe called me, and I sit down with them, and I just liked how they approached me, and I felt like this is the place for me.
Now, looking at the notes about your career, I saw that your dad played professional basketball, and your mom and your sister are on the Estonian national team. What's that like having a basketball family?
You know, it's basically you have to play basketball then, you know. I had to play basketball to be better than my dad's, so it was like a competition for me, and it was great, you know. It's great, and I hope it pays off.
Speaking of great, your team is really doing well this year. A couple of tough losses, close losses on the road, but here in this arena, you guys have been almost unbeatable. What's the key to the team's success?
Like I said before the season, key is to play as a team. Key is to love each other and share the ball and cheer for each other. And this is, I think, we've done that. And of course, we have great talents on the team, but playing as a team is better than playing individually. And this is the key.
Last thing, you're going to be going to Vegas to play in the Showcase Cup next week, where all 30 teams will be represented. How important is that for you and everybody in the G League to be able to showcase your talents in front of all those scouts?
Yeah, it is important, but in my mind, I think of this like I want to go to win this place, win this showcase, win this money or whatever we win there, and just play hard. It is important to show them, but I don't want this to be like you know, I gotta show everybody. It's just go there and enjoy Vegas, enjoy Sin City, you know.
The Showcase Cup starts Monday in Las Vegas, and Windy City is going to win. Henry, thanks for the visit.
We're gonna win.
About that, Henry Drell guaranteeing a Showcase Cup championship for the Windy City Bulls. You know, he grew up in Estonia, played in Italy. He speaks multiple languages. We didn't know exactly how good his English was, but it's probably better than mine. I mean, he was great. It was a great interview.
You know what I liked the part about that interview was we talked about his family and how close they are and how competitive the family is, and how he said, I wanted to be better than my dad. My dad played, I wanted to be better than my dad.
Professionally.
Yeah. And he goes, that was one of the things that drove him to play the game, because, hey, if my dad was that good, I want to be better than him. And, you know, that's what you know, now he's here playing in the G League.
And his mom and sister played on the Estonian national team. How about those 2-on-2 games in the driveway, huh?
Can you imagine that? I'll bet you, Mom, you can't make that shot.
That's right. And I love the fact that he says, we're going to Vegas. We're going to have fun in Sin City.
Sin City.
So he already has the jargon down. He's going to be a big hit.
That's great.
In Las Vegas. So Henry Drell and the Windy City Bulls are leading at halftime, 52-49. We'll talk about some of the main storylines in the opening half. Get you ready for the third quarter as we continue on NBC Sports Chicago. We are almost ready for the start of the third quarter here at Dow Arena in Hoffman Estates. Neither team is really lighting it up from the outside. Grand Rapids shooting 43% from the field, 40% for the Windy City Bulls. And when you look at the scoring, Jeff, there's a decent offensive balance for Windy City, but I'm sure they would like to score at a higher clip than they had in the first half.
Yeah, only one player in double figures, and that's Nicholas King with those 10 points. Jones and Malcolm Hill, I mean, combined for 17. But you look at Dalen Terry.
Yeah, just the one bucket.
Just the one basket. Yeah. And he only had 4 shot attempts in that first half. So Henry Drell, our halftime guest, only has 1 basket as well.
Well, he banged up his shoulder in the first quarter, and
Yeah.
I think that's really affected him a little bit. But we'll see if they can get it going offensively in the second quarter. And I don't know if we can get a shot at one of the big promotions that's coming up in the month of January. Some great giveaways coming up for the Windy City Bulls, including the DeMar DeRozan clutch shot. Remember those 2 shots on New Year's Eve? He beat the Indiana Pacers. New Year's Day, he hit the shot in D.C. to beat the Washington Wizards. Got this really great-looking bobblehead they're going to be giving away to all the fans who come out to the game on January 6th. So make your plans to join us for that. WindyCityBulls.com for ticket information. They're also going to have a John Paxson. They're also going to have a John Paxson bobblehead.
There you go.
There we go.
How's that? Well, that's hard to see, but
and you can see the spinning DeMar DeRozan. He can shoot it from all different angles. I tell you what, DeMar was one of the most clutch players in the league a year ago. He's having another outstanding season for the Bulls. And DeMar DeRozan, this is a nice little item. I'm sure
I've never seen it. I've never seen a dual bobblehead. I've never seen it before.
So make your plans to come out January 6th. This will be one of the giveaways. And as I mentioned, they're going to have a John Paxson, a Johnny Jump Shot giveaway as well coming up later in the month. So a lot of big events coming up as we start third quarter action Windy City on top of the Grand Rapids Gold. Peyton Watson, the leading scorer, was called for the push-off, and the ball will go back to the Windy City Bulls.
Good job by Carly Jones taking the arm there and falling back and kind of. Was there a little drama there? No. He did.
Got to sell it.
Yeah,
it's very important. It's a valuable skill in professional basketball.
He was fine. He did a good job, Carly.
Simonovic setting the screen out front, takes the return pass. Malcolm Hill wide open from 10 feet, nothing but net.
Simonovic got to wear the travel there. Look at everybody saying it. Grand Rapids head coach Andre Miller says traveling.
No, he just told the scorer's table, mark me down for an assist. It was a great pass as Peyton Watson drains a three. Peyton Watson, outstanding college player at UCLA, drafted 30th overall with the Oklahoma City Thunder, who had about 1 million draft picks. So they didn't need him. They traded him to Denver. Now he's playing on the G League level for the Grand Rapids Gold. As we mentioned in the first half, every NBA team has a G League affiliate, but Denver's affiliate is in Michigan, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's the way it works. And Andre Miller, who played a lot of years for the Nuggets, is their head coach.
And Jack White, nice little turnaround off glass there over the outstretched arm.
And they got a couple of former Duke Blue Devils on his Gold roster. Jack White.
Nicholas King was on the defender here.
One of the double-digit scorers for Andre Miller. They've had a rough go of it. 2-12 in the Showcase Cup portion of the schedule. Bulls don't want to see him get well on their home floor tonight. Marco turns down to three. Nice move, a little twisting right-handed lay-in. Good agility by the 7-footer Marco Simonovic there.
Didn't look like a 7-footer there either.
No.
Nice move.
Watson going to work against the smaller Carlik Jones. They swing it back to Watson, now being guarded by Malcolm Hill. A little push off, a little right-handed hook. That's the scorer's mentality. He knows how to use the off arm to get an advantage. Now Dalen Terry going to work. Offense kind of stuck on the perimeter right now.
Too much standing around right now.
They're watching Carlik Jones dribble. He goes baseline. Yeah. Good defense there. And
that's what happens when you get too much standing around. It ends up going one-on-one, ends up with a bad shot, and that's what happened with Jones.
The stop-and-go move by Peyton Watson trying to find Jack White underneath. Winds up throwing it away. Turnover on the goal. It'll go back to the Windy City Bulls.
You know, Dalen Terry's got to start looking to score more. He's just, you know, he gets the ball and he gives it up too quick and gives it back and then makes some nice cuts, but he's got to start looking to the basket. Get to the basket and score.
He's looking over to the bench, wanted to know what kind of play they want right now. He says, you know what the play is? I'm going to go right to the basket. Goes hard against Golden, but can't get the shot to go.
But I like the fact that he went right to the basket.
Very offensive-minded that time. He was not going to be denied even against the 255-pound Grant Golden. Now Butler with a little flip over Marco, and that's good. Butler having a good offensive game. Now has 18 points.
Well, he's starting to turn it up a notch now. He did there at the end of the second half, and now he's continuing here in the second half.
Get an offensive foul call on the screen on Simonovic, so the ball will go back to the goal.
You know, here you can see the move here by.
But see, part of that
Jones.
is on Carlik. He's got to run his man closer to that screen.
Close to the screen. If you don't run your man close to the screen, it's going to be called that way every time.
Butler out front. He's really been the focal point of their offense since midway through the second quarter. Gold now the 2-point lead. They had nothing, stuck at the half-court line, so Jared Butler had to call a timeout. Andre Miller says, that's okay, we'll just regroup. Got plenty of timeouts to use right now. We'll get something dialed up out of this timeout in our half-court set. We'll take a quick timeout as well. 58-56 in favor of the Grand Rapids Gold. We're back with more third quarter action after this timeout. Grand Rapids has had the better of third quarter action, and here's what we were talking about. The big man, of course, gets called for the illegal screen, but the guard's got to do a better job setting that up.
Carlik Jones should have had the foul. I mean, he's not given the foul, but he was the reason that Simonovic got the foul, because when you're running that play, Mark, you've got to literally touch your teammate as you go through, so the defender can't get through. And if the defender does try and get through, then he's called for the foul instead of a legal screen set by Simonovic.
Jared Butler has really taken over the offense for Grand Rapids with 18 points. Peyton Watson kind of nudged out of bounds by Marko Simonovic, and he's going to get called for the foul.
Simonovic saying, I didn't do anything wrong. Peyton Watson trying to get along the baseline there.
Yeah, he escorted him across the baseline.
He did.
A little bit of a nudge, and when
You see right there, see a little nudge right there? That's a foul.
Watson trying to tightrope the sideline, but he wound up stepping out of bounds, and it'll be a foul call against Marko. Now it's Butler out front, working off the screen from Jack White. Nice return pass.
Oh, what a move by White.
Good move, finishing with the left hand. Marko went up to challenge, but he was able to work around the big man by using his offhand.
Nice look, too, by Butler to get the ball to White for that one.
Carlik Jones coming off the Simonovic screen. Malcolm Hill for three. Off the iron, no good. Jack White with the rebound. White having a nice game for the Grand Rapids Gold, especially on the boards. Butler lines up a three. That's long, and Malcolm Hill claims the rebound for Windy City. Team's kind of just chucking up shots. Not a good flow to this third quarter at this point. Carlik Jones off the Simonovic screen. Nick King in the corner for three, short. Rebound to Kellen Grady for the goal. Both teams looking for some offensive flow, a little stagnant early in the third quarter. Butler guarded by Simonovic on the screen. Now White trying to go baseline. Gets it out to Peyton Watson for three, short. Dalen Terry with the rebound. See if he'll take it all away this time. Now dishes it off to Hill in the corner. Little step through move over Watson. Was hoping for a foul. No whistle. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Windy City. Windy City really having a tough time right now, Jeff, getting some good shots in their half-court offense.
Struggling at the offensive end, there's no doubt about it. Somebody's trying to, trying to get into a flow and trying to get some baskets. And again, we talked about that. There's the rotation is always being worked on with the lineup because of what, with the loss of Costas.
Long lead feed for Grady goes, and the inbounds pass was stolen. You never want to see that happen on a baseline out of bounds situation. Winds up with 2 points for the visitors. Ethan Thompson going strong to the basket, no good. Rebound to Hill, and he gets the foul to go. That's something they desperately needed because all of a sudden the Gold had built a 6-point lead.
Yeah, Malcolm was in the right spot right there. The ball came off the back of the rim, and he was right there and had a nice little wide open jump shot.
Grant Golden being guarded way out front by Simonovic. Now it's Jack White to their leading scorer, Peyton Watson. Baseline fall away is good. You can see that he's got some really good offensive skills. He's got the step back game.
Yeah.
He can finish at the bucket. As Malcolm Hill goes strong to the hoop, gets the lay in to go and a foul. Malcolm Hill being able to shield off the defender, get the shot off glass, and get the free throw line.
Scored their last 4 points and keeping the Windy City Bulls in this game right now, down by 4.
Yeah, right now Windy City's kind of searching for some offense. Ethan Thompson has checked back in, a guy who can light it up quickly from three-point range. And I think right now Henry Domersant is trying to find somebody, anybody, who can get into a consistent flow on the offensive end as Malcolm Hill looks to finish off the three-point play. Andre Miller tried to get Adonis Arms back in the game, but they told him he's going to have to wait till the next whistle.
Hill now lead the Bulls in scoring with 15.
Windy City trailing by 3. Golden setting the screen for Jared Butler. Back to Golden, ball knocked away by King. Very good defense by the Bulls big man. He thought he got fouled on the other end as the ball goes over, and it's their big guy Golden leading the fast break. Over to Manny Camper, who lays it in.
Boy, Golden, the big guy, did a nice job leading that 3-on-1 break.
He did, and he passed it at just the right time. Ethan Thompson in the corner. Going to Malcolm Hill in the other corner for 3. That's good. Malcolm Hill really heating up here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, he's got 8 straight points now for the Windy City Bulls.
Exactly what they need at this point for somebody to get hot from three-point range. It has not been a strong suit in this game. Kellen Grady coming off the curl cut. Being picked up defensively by Carlik Jones. Now it's Jared Butler working against Malcolm Hill. Hill with the steal. 2-on-1 break. Jones back to Hill. He gets the left-handed lay-in to go. Good execution that time on the 2-on-1 break.
Wow, 10 straight points now for Malcolm Hill. He's done a great job to get the Bulls back in this game as they tie it now at 66.
Jack White will line up a three. Nothing but net. Jack White. He's starting to heat up offensively. He didn't shoot the ball well in the first half, but he's starting to find the range for the Grand Rapids Gold. Now it's Malcolm Hill again for three. Around the iron, no good. Grant Golden gets the rebound. 4:34 left in this third quarter. Back and forth right now as Kellen Grady misses off the back iron. Daniel Oturu with the rebound. Windy City trying to push the pace. Ethan Thompson behind the back. Nice through and draws the foul. Really good athletic move by Ethan Thompson. Kind of corkscrewed his way between two defenders, shot it off the glass and drew the foul. Henry Domarsant going to his bench. A couple of substitutes coming in. Javon Freeman-Liberty and Henry Drell re-enter. Nick King, Malcolm Hill will get a rest. And Malcolm Hill really, Jeff, has been the offense in this third quarter.
Yeah, he really gave them a big boost. As I mentioned, he goes out hitting the last 10 straight points for the Bulls. He leads them in scoring with 20.
Ethan Thompson, a 70% free throw shooter on the year. He'll try to pick up a couple of points by making the one free throw. Andre Miller trying to clarify something with the game officials as they hold up action for just a bit. Now Ethan Thompson will get a chance to pick up 2 points at the line. Good job by Thompson to knock that down. We are tied at 68, 4:20 to go in quarter number 3. Henry Drell stepping up to take Adonis Arms on the switch. He's going to get called for the foul. It's only the second team foul on the Windy City Bulls on the pass off, so that'll be an inbound situation. Side court for the Grand Rapids Gold. Here you see Henry Drell picked up Arms on the switch, tried to cut him off as he drives to the hoop. Cross court pass, inbound side court for Grand Rapids. Camper with nothing going. Now it's Arms coming across the screen. We're going to get another foul call on the Windy City Bulls, so that'll be the third team foul. Grand Rapids will inbound with 14 on the shot clock. Jason Randall back on for Andre Miller. Both teams making liberal use of their benches here in quarter number 3. Randall will pull up for 3. Around the iron, no good. Daniel Oturu yanks it down for Windy City. Jones picked up by White on a hard show. Inside to Oturu, guarded by the smaller Manny Camper. Goes up, gets the bucket, and a foul. Excellent use by Daniel Oturu of the height advantage he had there on Manny Camper.
Now, as we've talked about Oturu in the first half, we wanted him to use his size and strength. Right here, look at this. Kind of just pushes the defender off a little bit and then goes up strong. That's exactly what you want your big man to do down low. Get your position, take that little drop step, get some separation between you and your defender, and then knock down the shot.
Daniel Oturu now has 4 points and 8 rebounds. He's done a good job on the glass. The rebounding battle has been pretty even for most of the night. Randall being guarded out front by Ethan Thompson. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Adonis Arms way long on the three-point attempt. Another rebound for Oturu. Henry Drell, nice quick crossover dribble, tries to go around Camper but loses it. Now it's Arms the other way for the Gold. He misses on the shot. Jack White crashing the glass, but Freeman-Liberty gets the rebound for the Bulls. Now on the other end, the big throwdown by Javon Freeman-Liberty. Great work on both ends. He gets the defensive rebounds, hustles back up court. The big throwdown slam.
That's what I talked about him earlier in the game. The guy plays hard, 100%. He doesn't know slow motion. He doesn't know how to slow down. Javon Freeman-Liberty just zip to zip to zip, end to end to end. That's the way he plays.
Great transition speed there by Javon Freeman-Liberty as Kellen Grady's able to spin that one in off glass. Now it's Henry Drell out front. To Ethan Thompson in the corner. He lines up a 3-ball around the iron, no good. Another rebound for Jack White. He's got double-figure points and rebounds for the Gold. Grady fakes the 3. Back out front to Chason Randall for three, and that is good. The former NBA player is able to knock that one down. He's going to turn 30 in February, but he's still got a lot of game left as the Grand Rapids Gold edge back in front 73-72. As we go to break, some nice transition work by the Windy City Bulls, leading to a lay-in for Malcolm Hill, who's been the story in the third quarter. 2 minutes to go in quarter number 3. We're coming right back to Now Arena. Windy City trailing the Grand Rapids Gold 73-72, and they've done a good job, Jeff, at times, but the offense has been a little bit stagnant here in the third quarter.
Well, yeah, but there's a couple of guys that played locally here in the state of Illinois that really got us going here in the third quarter. And I'm talking about Malcolm Hill, who played at Illinois. Right. And then we're also talking about Javon Freeman Liberty, who started his college career at Valparaiso and then finished it at DePaul. And I had a chance to cover do DePaul radio a lot of games last year, right. So I had a chance to cover him a lot. And this guy was just dynamic. I mean, he was, really had a great career. And although it was only brief at DePaul, but really had a great career as the referees now.
Yeah, they're taking a look at that last sequence. But Freeman Liberty was the guy that was in training camp with the Bulls.
Right.
Only got a chance to play in one preseason game. You know, the number situation with guaranteed contracts, he really had no chance to make the roster. But he's a guy that definitely has the athletic skills to one day be an NBA player.
Well, he's definitely got the athletic skills. There's no doubt about that. And he's fun to watch. He's just, he has no. The gas tank is never empty with Javon Freeman Liberty. He's always on the go, always on the move, and he stays active. And he just goes from side to side, end to end, and he's tough to guard. He averaged 21 points a game his senior year at DePaul.
Right.
And, he really, earned his way to at least this point of his career. As you look at Javon Freeman Liberty here, come up with the Malcolm Hill comes with the steal, and then they kick it ahead. Well, we're not going to see it, but he finished it off with a big slam dunk at the other end. He's got 12 points, one of 3 players in double figures for the Bulls.
Mentioned Jack White with a double-double. He's got 16 points, 16 rebounds. Not the tallest guy on the court out there, but he's doing an amazing job on both ends. We're going to get a foul out front called against Adonis Arms.
Don't forget how many times Jack White missed easy shots on the inside, too, and then tapped it up and missed it.
Piling up those Moses Malone rebounds, yeah. Ethan Thompson will trigger for the Windy City Bulls, and there's Freeman Liberty. Back out to Carleek Jones. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. He goes right at Arms, kicks it back out to Freeman Liberty for 3. Rattles around, no good, and Adonis Arms pulls it down for the Grand Rapids Gold. Minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Windy City trailing by 1. Now it's Peyton Watson facing up against Daniel Oturu, goes around him but can't convert. Dalen Terry with the rebound. Trying to get something going offensively to Freeman Liberty. Grabs his own offensive rebound, but the ball winds up in the hands of Kellen Grady.
Kind of forced that one a little bit. Didn't need that. If it's not there, don't force it. Bring it back out, reset.
He was hoping to draw the foul, but there was no whistle coming that time. There's Chason Randall. Kellen Grady being guarded by Freeman Liberty. To Adonis Arms for 3. That's no good. Dalen Terry doing some work on the glass. He now has 7 rebounds for Windy City. Now trying to back in the defender, but help comes over. Manny Camper able to steal the ball for the Gold. Adonis Arms for 3. That's no good. Battle for the rebound.
Has to be
They're going to call a foul on the Windy City Bulls.
They call that on. Well, I thought it was Watson that reached over the top.
It looked like that was going to be a foul going against the goal, but instead
they're
saying we're going to stay here. 4th team foul, so there'll be no free throw shot.
Did they call that on Thompson?
I think so.
Did they?
Chason Randall trying for a 2-for-1 situation. That works out perfectly for Andre Miller's team as Randall is able to hit the 3. Extending the lead to 4 points for the visiting Gold. At about a 3-second difference in shot clock and game clock, so Carleek Jones is going to hold it out front. try to get a good shot here. Oturu comes up to set the screen. And they quickly double team Carlik Jones, able to step through, but he throws it away. Numbers, Adonis Arms goes to the bucket. He gets pulled on the arm by Dalen Terry. He'll go to the free throw line. So a chance for Grand Rapids to extend the lead at the free throw line.
That was a good foul by Dalen Terry. He was the only one back. The only thing, when you make a foul like that, you got to make sure he doesn't make the shot, and he didn't. So credit Dalen Terry with getting back on defense. Nice hustle. But at the other end, they really doubled up Carlik Jones and forced the turnover.
It's the second foul on Dalen Terry, and that time, not a good job by the Bulls of executing against that double team. He tried to throw the ball across court and led to a turnover. Arms will shoot one free throw, a chance to pick up 2 points for the Gold. It's good. So the lead now at 6 points, 4 seconds to go. Carlik Jones trying to get something going, goes all the way, step through shot, short, no good. And so we'll head to the final 12 minutes of action with Windy City needing a rally. It's 78-72 in favor of the Gold as we see Carlik Jones with a nice assist. Freeman Liberty with the throwdown, but they'll need more of that in the fourth quarter because the visiting team is edged in front. We need a rally in the fourth. We're coming back to Now Arena with fourth quarter action. Well, Jeff Blanzy working his first Windy City Bulls game as our expert analyst did not know that we are actually served hot food right here at courtside, courtesy of the Bear Family McDonald's at the start of every fourth quarter. That's an added bonus.
And my first question to you was,
is that real?
Am I allowed to eat it? Is it
well,
real?
Absolutely, if you can talk and eat at the same time. But this is courtesy of the Bear Family McDonald's, Jeff. They run a promotion for every home game where it's the Big Mac promotion.
Okay.
If Windy City wins the game and scores 100 points, each and every fan as they leave the arena gets handed a coupon which they can redeem for a free Big Mac. So it's the Big Mac promotion.
There you go. Yeah, I'm in.
We've got the Windy City guys run around with the Big Mac signs, and everybody, it's a great thing. And it's always nice for us because this food heats up real well in the microwave.
Hey, if it's free, if it's free, it's for me.
There you go. Big Macs, French fries, couple of Cokes. You know, it's exactly what the doctor ordered as we start the final 12 minutes of action. We need a rally by the home team.
Yeah, that one hurt right there.
Yeah.
Windy City
literally
Bulls failing to get back on defense here. You see the break here. Randall going to the basket.
Yeah, and Ethan Thompson gets called for the foul.
Yeah.
Chason Randall, who hit that big three late in the third quarter, will get a chance to pick up 2 points in a much easier fashion as he goes to the line.
You know, we haven't mentioned, I don't think enough here, Mark, that this Grand Rapids team is 2-12,
right.
The worst team in the G League. They're 2-8 in their last 10, and they have yet to win a road game.
Right.
And the Windy City Bulls are struggling as they're down by 8 right now as we begin the fourth quarter.
Malcolm Hill, who had the big third quarter, draws a foul there. He'll go to the line. And right now, Henry Domerson is searching for somebody to heat up. It was Hill in the third quarter, but they're not getting their normal production out of Carlik Jones, and Marko Simonovic has had a kind of a quiet game as well. As we mentioned early in the first half, Kostas Antetokounmpo is no longer a member of the Windy City Bulls. There'll be more news on him coming out in the next couple of days. But so they're a little bit undersized right now, and they haven't been getting great production from the center position with Marco and Daniel Oturu. So It's been an offensive struggle. And Windy City's done a nice job of running balanced offense throughout the season. We just haven't seen that so far today. But we still have 11:20 to go. Hopefully, Ethan Thompson or somebody else coming off the bench will heat up and that helps spark a fourth quarter rally. Freeman Liberty coming off a little curl cut, goes hard to the hoop. How about that? He throws it down. A thunderous dunk by Javon Freeman Liberty. It seemed like he had an extra gear as he kept going up higher. As our friend Stacey King would say, I want to go higher. Oh, my goodness. That was fantastic.
I told you, that kid is dynamic.
Yeah. Unfortunately, on the other end, Chason Randall hits another three, and all of a sudden, the former New York Knick is heated up. Doing a good job for Andre Miller. Ethan Thompson to the cutting Liberty. I thought he was going to throw down another one, but he gets fouled instead. He'll go to the line. Oh, my goodness. It almost was like he pushed a button, you know, like you're playing a video game, and he got an extra gear going up.
Or he pushed the elevator button to go to the next floor is what he did. Look at this right there.
Wow, he just punched that.
He just realized he had to get up just a little bit higher than the Grand Rapids Gold on that one.
Yeah,
And he did.
Manny Camper was an unhappy camper as he got put on a poster there. Windy City trailing, unfortunately, in this game, though, by 9 as
largest deficit, isn't
Liberty
it? 9?
Unable to convert at the free throw line. Yeah, it is. Trayvon Duval, he traveled. Yeah, they're going to call that. Turnover ball goes back to Windy City. We haven't seen a ton of turnovers in this game.
No.
The last break, 8 turnovers for the Bulls, 10. This would be number 11 for the Grand Rapids Gold.
Grand Rapids came into this game averaging 16 turnovers a game. Windy City Bulls 18 a game.
Yeah, turnovers have been a bit of an issue. That's been one of the weaknesses for the Bulls to this point.
Foul on Simonovic, setting an illegal screen again.
The screen.
He's trying to set a backdoor screen, and
it hasn't been working very well.
Twice now he's been called for illegal screens.
And the problem with this busy week, as Henry Domarsan pointed out to us when we talked to him before the game, is they've had no practice time. They had a couple of road games, came right back. Now they play back-to-back against the Gold and really haven't had a chance to work on their offensive execution. Air ball from the outside, and Ethan Thompson will attack for the home team. King will line up a 3. That's offline. And we're going to get a foul on Simonovic for a push-off.
2 trips down the floor and 2 fouls on Simonovic, and that you just can't have that in this kind of situation when you're down by 9 points.
And also get a delay of game warning.
King? Is that who it was?
Yeah, so things are not going well for the home team at this juncture. They got to find a way to turn this around with 9:45 left in the 4th quarter. Trayvon Duval picked up by Thompson. And we're going to get a foul on the screen. This time Camper's calling. It's something they're really keeping an eye on in this game. We've seen a number of calls on both ends. Andre Miller didn't like that call, but of course he didn't. It was against his team.
The Bulls need some calls like that to get back in this game again. Down by those 9 points.
Ethan Thompson coming off the Simonovic screen. Little floater in the lane short. And Grant Golden with the rebound for the Gold.
The lid on that rim right now for
points have
Windy
really
City.
been hard to come by. Bulls had 52 at halftime. They now have 74. So only 22 points so far in the second half. Golden, a little golden hook. And all of a sudden,
timeout.
It's a double-digit
Bulls
deficit.
need a timeout.
Yeah, Bulls trailing by 11. It's 85-74 with 9 minutes to go. Wins have been few and far between for the Grand Rapids Gold, but they're smelling something special on a Friday night in Chicago. We'll be back as Javon Freeman Liberty look one more time at that thundering dunk by the former DePaul star.
Hey, don't forget to catch up on everything you may have missed in Chicago sports with NBC Chicago's Sports Sunday. How the Bulls are keeping the faith after recent losses, a breakdown of the Bears matchup against the Eagles, and much, much more. That's this Sunday after the NBC Chicago News at 10 o'clock.
We need a rally here at Now Arena as Carlik Jones tries to get it started, and that's the way to do it. He goes strong to the basket, gets the left-hand lay-in to go. Jeff, coming out of that timeout, Windy City was shooting 38.7% from the field. That's just not going to get it done.
That was a set play right there by Domarsan. He says, hey, let's get to the basket right now.
Now it's Trayvon Duval. He turns it over.
There you go.
Turnover number 14 against the visiting Gold. Exactly what the doctor ordered when you're trying to come back from an 11-point deficit. A quick hoop and then a turnover by the visitors. Carlik Jones working off the screen by Nick King. Forces the action. The shot no good. We're going to get a foul called
against
Grant
Rapids.
Golden on the rebound.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do when you're not hitting your outside shots. You have to try to get to the bucket, either score inside or get to the free throw line.
Here's another look at Jones getting to the basket. You see Golden right there, put 2 hands on him.
Right.
That's why he got called for the foul. Nice job there by Jones getting to the basket.
Jones will line up a 3-ball. That's good. 5 straight for Carlik Jones, heating up at just the right time. It's been a frustrating day offensively for one of the top players in the G League, but now all of a sudden he's getting it going in the offense when they desperately need it.
If there's a guy that's going to give you a spark, it's going to be him.
No question about it. Trayvon Duval again having trouble maintaining his dribble. 4 seconds left. force up a shot by Randall. Oh, he's going to get a bailout foul call.
Oh, you're not kidding, he did.
Wow, he just threw that up to beat the shot clock, really not having a good look at the basket. But he's going to get a chance to shoot one free throw for 3 points, and that's when it really kills you.
Yeah.
Coming off the screen.
See Thompson come out and get a hand up. Yep, there's contact.
Crashed into him,
Yeah, it's a good call.
Well, he persuaded Henry to challenge that call, but that's going to be a loser. You know, players will always look at the coach and go, I didn't do it.
If that gets changed, I'll be very, very surprised if that gets changed.
Well, a lot of times the foul is called because you didn't give the shooter a place to land, but not only did he not do that, but he also made contact on the follow-through. So this should be a pretty quick review by the game officials. And, you know, I think from a coaching perspective, you know, they tell their players, don't ask me to challenge unless you know 100% that it wasn't a foul. And Ethan Thompson felt the contact, so he had to realize this probably wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
As the officials are taking a look at it, we're going to take a timeout while they come to a decision. We'll be back with that here on NBC Sports Chicago. We are back at Now Arena with the unhappy verdict. The referees have announced that the challenge was unsuccessful, so the foul call will stand against Ethan Thompson. That means 1 free throw for potential 3 points. This is a big point in the game. I mean, he makes this, all of a sudden the lead's back up to 9.
And the referees didn't even take that much time looking at it.
No, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
It was pretty obvious, yeah. They looked at it one time and they said, no, call stands. 1 for 3.
Chason Randall at the free throw line for the Grand Rapids Gold. Bet he's got a lot of NBA experience. He's a guy that's used to playing in these pressure situations. He's done a good job off the bench for Andre Miller. 1 shot for 3 points, and he missed it, and that's huge in a close game.
That helps.
So still a 6-point advantage for the Gold.
Now you got to take advantage of it.
Chason Randall left 3 points at the charity stripe. As kick out to Freeman Liberty for 3 way off line. We could see from our broadcast position, I think there was a gust of wind. Somebody opened the door to the arena. That was missed badly by Freeman Liberty.
Ooh.
Might have rushed that one a little bit. Trayvon Duval bringing the ball up court for the Gold right now. 7:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Windy City trailing by 6. Trying to lock down defensively. Back cut by Randall. And he's going to draw a foul there from Nick King. A little pump fake, and he got King off his feet.
Yeah, once Randall, the veteran, he knows how to get that done. All you do, make that one pump fake, get King off the floor, and as King's coming down, you go up. Make contact, you're going to get a foul called just about every time.
Chason Randall getting more playing time than usual for Andre Miller. Of course, Andre Miller knows that Randall has that NBA experience. He left 2 more points at the free throw line. Thank you for that. Former Stanford star averaging only 7.7 points per game for the Gold is King. Strong to the hoop, the lefty with the strong finish. Good move by Nick King.
Got it down to 4 now.
12 points for Nick King in the game. Got the start at center and a lineup switch by Henry Domarsant. They kicked the ball out to the corner, fumbled away by Manny Camper, so another turnover. Maybe this is why Grand Rapids is 2-12. They are not executing
Grand Rapids has been very kind to the Windy City Bulls here over the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, the last couple of possessions, the turnovers have really hurt. Malcolm Hill goes behind the back against Camper. King, little step back 14-footer. No, it's long, and the rebound pulled down by Camper. That's not the shot that Henry would want in that possession.
No, not the guy you're looking to shoot the ball in that possession.
Peyton Watson for 3. That's no good. Carlik Jones out ahead to Freeman Liberty. Throw it down on him. No, instead, the ball's knocked away by Chason Randall. Andre Miller saying the ball went off Hill, but the referees say possession stays with the Windy City Bulls.
Well, that was a nice play getting back defensively by Chason Randall, and Randall thought the ball went off of Javon Freeman Liberty. He's asking Andre Miller, his head coach, to take a look at it.
It's not like the NBA where they have 14 coaches and they have a video coordinator behind it that quickly looks at the replay. You got to go on faith here in the G League, Jeff. It's all about faith.
Yeah, he had no faith because he didn't go and look at it.
Good move by Malcolm Hill. Shields off the defender, but unfortunately could not finish on the layup attempt. Jared Butler back in to try to restore some order. He had a long rest there for the Gold. Having a good game offensively. Butler with 18 points. Now it's Watson. Out in the corner to Butler. No, off the back iron. They're giving Windy City every chance to get back in this thing. They just got to convert. 85-81.
Gold, the Gold have gone cold here in the last few minutes.
Carlik Jones spinning around out to Malcolm Hill for 3. That is long, no good. Ball batted around a couple of times, and Jared Butler will claim it for the Gold.
Still plenty of time here.
Just under 6 minutes to go. Windy City trailing by 4. Jack White setting the screen for Butler. Nothing going right now for the Gold. Camper tries to force his way inside, throws it up, no good. Battle for the loose ball, and it's White. Misses, tapped around. Nick King able to control. Windy City's got to convert on these fast break opportunities. Dalen Terry now shielding the defender with the left arm. A little push off by Ethan Thompson to Terry. He'll try a 3-ball. That's good. Dalen Terry. He's had a quiet night offensively, but boy, they needed that one. His first 3-point basket of the night. 5 points for Dalen Terry. All of a sudden, Jeff, we got a 1-point game.
He's had a very quiet night at the offensive line or offensive end, and you're right. That could not have come at a better time.
Now here's Butler. Cut off by Nick King. Randall for 3, and he has really hurt the Bulls. He has made some timely shots. He left 5 points at the free throw line, but he has knocked down several threes. Chason Randall now 5 3-pointers for the Gold. Little scoop layup by Carlik Jones. Didn't quite fall in, but he's going to go to the free throw line. Really forcing his way to the basket right now. We call him the power guard, and that's because he's got great strength at his 6'1" size. He's able to shield off taller defenders and able to get to the rim. Take another look at this one, Jeff.
Yeah, you can see him going to the basket here. Look at see.
Yeah, big shot.
Yes, nice strong upper body, giving himself a chance to get a shot off and earn the foul, and get to the line. Chance to pick up a couple of free throws, a couple of points, I should say, with one free throw.
Carlik Jones, 14 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds so far after a really slow start offensively in the first half. Makes the free throw, and that cuts the lead to 2, and that's really been a key part of this fourth quarter rally. The Bulls are converting at the free throw line while Grand Rapids leaving points, and Andre Miller wants to regroup as the lead is cut to 2. They want to make sure they get a good shot out of this possession. I would imagine that they'll either go to Watson or Butler out of this to try to run something to get them a good shot, because turnovers have really allowed Windy City to cut into this deficit.
Well, just a few minutes ago, they were down by 9 points. I'm talking about Windy City, down by 9 points. And they slowly cut into it with the help of some turnovers by Grand Rapids, with some good defense by the Bulls. And then, of course, Grand Rapids missing free throws. Chason Randall missing 2 free throws that would have been worth 5 points. So that certainly helps. And again, there's a reason why they're 2-12 on the season, and that's probably one of them. But now Windy City has to take advantage of it, which they have, to claw back into this game and get to within 2 points. Andre Miller forced to call a timeout, gives the Windy City Bulls a chance to regroup a little bit, talk things over, play good defense here, come down and either tie it or go ahead with a 3.
Well, their leading scorer on the season, Peyton Watson, has been held to just 9 points, but in clutch time, in need possessions, Andre Miller has been going to the former NBA player, Chason Randall, and I wouldn't be surprised if they run some kind of staggered screen to get him another look at a 3. He's got 5 long-distance shots so far for the Gold.
Yeah, he's been a Bulls killer. He's hit some big baskets, and now he's not even in the game. I'm sorry. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He'll
trigger the ball side court, but I think they'll probably run some action to work the ball. Maybe he comes around a staggered screen and gets it back for another look.
He leads Grand Rapids with 19 points.
He's been very effective today. Jared Butler playing a little 2-man game with Jack White. White cut off out to Butler, and they get the ball to Chason Randall for 3. This time he misses. Marko Simonovic with the rebound for the Bulls. They have a chance to either tie or take the lead. Malcolm Hill beyond the 3-court line, looking to get a good shot here. Just over 4 minutes to go. Carlik Jones strong to the hoop. Out to Thompson for 3. That's short, but Marko battles for the rebound. There's going to be a foul called on the Gold. That will send Marko Simonovic to the free throw line with a chance to make 1 free throw for 2 points and tie the game. Marko, good work there.
Yeah, look at Marko with the Camper pick up the foul, but Marco, good job. We're going up with two hands, strong with two hands. Didn't get the ball, but he did pick up the foul. Now a chance to pick up a couple of points and we'll tie the game.
Simonovic is 72% free throw shooter on the year. Oh, around and out, so he misses the chance to tie. 4 minutes to go in the game. Windy City trailing by 2. They've done a good job defensively in this fourth quarter. Let's see if they can continue that. Neither team is really lighting up the scoreboard here in quarter number 4. Watson trying to drive against Dalen Terry, puts his head down. Terry rejects it, says you get nothing and like it, and they'll have to inbound the ball baseline.
Watson was begging for a foul.
A good job by Terry of holding his position, reaching over the top and making a clean block.
You see Watson right here. That was a clean block. You see it right there. Terry went up strong, had to.
Terry right now, that is his strong suit, his work on the defensive end. He can block shots. He can also play passing lanes for steals.
Oh.
Malcolm Hill tried to jump out and maybe get a steal, but instead he fouls Randall, and that will put the visiting goal in the penalty. So Randall will have a chance to redeem himself at the free throw line. He's already missed 2. I don't know if Lightning can strike 3 times, but we'll see what happens.
Grand Rapids got bailed out again there.
Yeah.
You see the shot clock. You don't see the shot clock here, but it's down to 1 right here. He just threw it up, and Terry fouled him. Can Randall miss 3 free throws in a row? No.
I'm sure he was thinking about it, but that time he was able to get nothing but net from the free throw line. But still plenty of time. 3:40 to go. Bulls trailing by 4, 90-86. Simonovic setting the screen for Carleek Jones. Now back to Carleek, being guarded by White on the switch. Goes hard to his left. Ethan Thompson lines it up for 3. That's good. The former Oregon State star reins it in. We got a 1-point game with 3:20 to go here at Now Arena.
Credit Jones, too, with a great job getting through the lane and kicking it out to Thompson for the wide open basket. And that 3 has caused Grand Rapids to call yet another timeout.
Yeah, Andre Miller again wants to get a good play executed in their half-court set. Points have been a little bit hard to come by, and the Grand Rapids Gold have been hurt by turnovers and missed free throws in this fourth quarter. Let's take another look at the last possession. Carleek Jones drawing multiple defenders.
He drew 2 defenders, actually 3.
Yeah.
3 defenders is what allowed Thompson to be wide open on the wing. And when you can draw 3 defenders like Carleek Jones just did, that's going to get you wide open baskets, wide open looks. And that's exactly what Thompson needed. That's all he needed as he knocked down the 3 and got Windy City within a point here after trailing by as many as 9 just a few minutes ago here in the fourth quarter.
Ethan Thompson now with 10 points off the bench for Henry Domarsant. He's 2 for 3 from long distance. And really between Thompson and Malcolm Hill, they have a couple of guys who have had a good night shooting the 3 ball. Hopefully that's something that will continue over the final 3:17 of this one.
Yeah, both of them have played solid games.
Jared Butler out front for the Gold. Trying to work a 2-man game with Jack White, but Windy City does a good job defending that. Peyton Watson pushing off, and a steal by Malcolm Hill. He goes at Manny Camper. Nice step-through move off the glass and good. Great move by Malcolm Hill, and Windy City is back in front 91-90.
Well, credit Hill with doing a fabulous job at both ends. Not only did he have to get the steal, but then he had to shut off the defender at the other end to lay it off the glass.
Jared Butler being guarded by Hill out front. Trying to find Jack White on the roll to the hoop, out to the corner to Manny Camper. He'll step through to White. He lays it in with the left hand and draws the foul. So a chance for a 3-point play. Good passing there by the Gold to get the ball to White inside.
Yeah, and White made a nice move with the left hand. Thompson had no other chance. All he had to do was go up. Instead, he goes up right there and fouls him, trying to keep.
Well, once Simonovic came over to try to help out on Camper, he opened up that passing lane. The weak side defender, which was Ethan Thompson, didn't come over strong enough to get in front of White. As White converts the free throw, so the 3-point play puts the Gold up by 2 with 2:37 left to go here in quarter number 4. It's all about execution and locking in on the defensive end now.
I'd like to see the Windy City Bulls get to the basket on this possession.
Simonovic hoping for a back cut, but it was not available there. Shot clock winding down to 8. Dalen Terry puts his head down, a little push off, little flip, and that's good. That was a power move by Dalen Terry there. He kind of used his left arm to discard the defender, but you'll get away with that call a lot in professional basketball.
That's why I said get to the basket on this possession and see what happens. That's exactly what Dalen Terry did.
So Terry with the lay-in ties the game at 93. 2 minutes left here at Now Arena. Cross-court pass. Three-point shot, and that's nothing but net for Manny Camper, and he kind of looked back at the Windy City bench. I'm sure somebody yelled that you can't make that, and he said, yeah, you can. So it's a three-point advantage for the visitors. Carlik Jones cut off by White. Now Terry spinning, trying to get it to Marco. Out of control there, and that's going to be a turnover for Windy City, plus a foul on Simonovic. So now Watson will go to the free throw line. And now, Jeff, in the last 2 minutes in any overtime period, they go back to the regular free throw rules. You have to shoot both free throws to get those 2 points.
That was not a smart move there by Dalen Terry. Out of control, going through the lane. Threw the ball to Simonovic, the big guy who doesn't have the greatest of hands down there on a pass or down around his knees anyways. And, you know, he caused the foul. And now Grand Rapids looking to extend their lead here.
Yeah, and that was a situation where there's not much Marco can do. I mean, that was a very difficult catch. The ball thrown at that rate of speed, where it was, you know, very few guys are going to come up with that cleanly. And unfortunately, not only resulted in a turnover, but a foul with the Bulls in a penalty situation. Watson will have to earn 2 at the free throw line. He makes the first.
And Dalen Terry's got to be smart enough to realize that, you know, you can't go down there and be out of control like that. You know, you got to go down there, you know, with purpose, not just go down there and spinning and then throw the ball away. There's got to be a reason. Take a good shot.
Peyton Watson, averaging 21 points a game on the season, makes both free throws. He now has 11 on the game. Windy City trailing by 5, a minute 35 left in quarter number 4. Have to score something on this possession. As Carlik Jones will stop and go move. That was effective. A quick 2.
Yeah. Now there's, again, you got plenty of time, but you need to stop. Down by 3, you need a big stop here with minute 120 to go.
Grand Rapids content to run down the clock, and they're hoping to get a good shot here as Butler kicks it out in the corner. Oh, that's the dagger. Kellen Grady hits a 3 from the corner. 101-95, 1:14 to go. Windy City's going to really have to convert quickly here on the offensive end. Dalen Terry to Malcolm Hill, goes strong to the hoop. The shot is rejected by Jack White. And now Grand Rapids will be content to just run some clock, up by 6 with under a minute to go.
Yeah, there'll be in no hurry on this possession.
Jared Butler just watching the shot clock and game clocks wind down. We're under 45 seconds to go. Butler, a little floater, that's good. 8-point advantage for the visitors with 42.6 seconds to go. Jared Butler, a little floater. And I'll tell you what, Grand Rapids has done a good job of executing their half-court sets in these last couple of minutes.
Well, it seems like Windy City kind of ran out of gas here these last couple of possessions too. They'd been working so hard to get back into the game, hit a couple of big shots, got into the game, actually regained the lead, and then all of a sudden they kind of lost it. And, you know, now Grand Rapids has pulled away again here in the final minute.
103-95 is our score, and Henry Domerson trying to regroup, but it's going to be tough to erase an 8-point deficit in 42 seconds. I'm sure he'll try to design a quick play here for a good look at a 3. At this point, you really have to go for 3 because the deficit is too high otherwise.
So there's no question. You got to get a basket. You got to score, number 1. First, you got to score. Okay, then you try and steal the inbounds pass. If you can't steal the inbounds pass, you got to foul because you're down too many points. I mean, you're still down. You know, the clock is not on your side at this point.
So Dalen Terry and Carlik Jones are back as the starting backcourt, along with Ethan Thompson, Nick King, and Malcolm Hill. So I'm sure they'll try to get a quick look for either Thompson or Hill for 3 coming out of this timeout. Andre Miller lining up the defense for the Gold. Carlik Jones in the lane, shot blocked by White, but he's going to get called for a foul. White kind of incredulous at that one.
He's kind of laughing, smiling. Yeah. I didn't foul him. I didn't do anything wrong.
But, you know, at this point, I think they're okay with that. They just didn't want to give up a 3-point shot with that 8-point lead.
No, that was a foul. How was Jack White calling that not a foul?
So Carlik Jones will go to the line. He has 18 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. He'll try to convert a couple to get himself to the 20-point mark again. Carlik averaging just under 21 points a game for the season. As we mentioned at the top of the show, he has been rewarded for his strong play here at Windy City with a 2-way contract with the Chicago Bulls. So congratulations to Carlik. We'll see him sitting on the sideline with the parent Bulls at some point in the coming weeks. The Bulls are about to head out on a 4-game road trip, so I'm not sure if he's going to accompany them on that. More likely he'll play in that Showcase Cup.
Coming up in Las Vegas, yeah.
Because Windy City's going to need their starting point guard. He could not convert on the second free throw. The ball knocked out of bounds. And we got a traveling call against the Gold, so there's a turnover. That's going to give the ball back to Windy City. Time certainly against them, but they're going to have to try to score as quickly as possible.
Andre Miller can't believe that call.
Wow, he's also saying we've only won 2 games all year. I got to go through this now. Carlik Jones will trigger the inbound for Windy City. Waiting for somebody to move. Dribble handoff to Jones. Fires up the 3 is long. He's fouled. They're going to say it's a 2-point shot as his foot was beyond the 3-point arc. So he'll go back to the line with 32 seconds left. Always like to be able to whittle away at a deficit when the clock's not moving.
Oh, no doubt about that. Again, Andre Miller looking a little puzzled at his team right now as they fouled again. Grady picked up the foul there. You saw it.
Yeah, he pulled his hands back. Like, I didn't do anything, but too late. The referee's got him. Jones will shoot 2, converts on the first. As Javon Freeman Liberty comes back to provide some defensive pressure, Bulls will look to try to get a quick steal and hopefully try to find some way to cut into this deficit.
Make or miss, it's a 2-possession game here now.
Carlik Jones only 67% on the free throw line for the year, but he's converted 3 of 4 in this last sequence. Andre Miller wants to call a timeout, advance the ball to midcourt to take away some of the opportunity for Windy City to put on at full court pressure, maybe come up with another turnover.
That's exactly what you want to do. The best court position you can, that's what you do. You call a timeout. But again, Grand Rapids in a big hole right now. Excuse me, Windy City in a big hole right now as they trail by 5 with just 32 seconds to go. But you know what? It's not over. It's never over until it's over. You got to play it all the way down to 0. You don't know what can happen here.
Well, the key is they're going to have to come up with a turnover, because once you're forced to play the foul game, then it gets pretty difficult when you're down by 5 with this little time remaining. Both teams have bumped up their shooting percentage just a little bit. Grand Rapids now up to 47% from the field, 36% from the 3-point line, while the Windy City Bulls are shooting 41% from the field, 29% from long distance. Malcolm Hill leading the way with 22 points. Carlik Jones has 21. And Javon Freeman Liberty has 14 off the bench. So just has been a case of not great shooting for the home team, and they've been forced to play catch up in the second half.
And they did catch up at one point.
Erased an 11-point deficit.
Yeah. So once they got back from that deficit, but again, they had to work so hard, Mark, as we talked about during that fourth quarter. They had to work so hard to erase that deficit that, like I said, kind of the well went dry, if you will. Or seemed to, anyways.
Each team with 1 timeout left. Neither team with a foul. Yeah, there's a steal. That's exactly what they needed.
Now you got to hurry.
Carlik Jones pushing it up, driving on Jack White. Oh, he should have shot it. Instead, he goes to Thompson in the corner. That's short and good. Wow, he got the shooter's roll. That was like the Bulls game the other night when the Knicks hit that shot in the overtime period. Now, 18 seconds left, down by 2. They're going to have to foul. They missed the opportunity there. The pass inside to White, and he throws down the dunk and a foul. They missed the opportunity at half court to grab the foul, and instead they get the ball to Jack White, who dunks the ball, and he'll go to the free throw line, a chance to extend the lead to 5 points.
Well, the ball came into Watson. There's the foul right there and the dunk. But the ball came into Watson from out of bounds, and Windy City defender was right on him. You got to foul him right away.
Got to foul right away.
It doesn't matter who it is at that point. I don't care if he's a 100% free throw shooter. You got to foul him.
Right.
And take your chances.
Instead, White gets the bucket and a foul, so he'll get a chance to convert the old-fashioned 3-point play. Misses the free throw, and timeout called by Henry Domersant. That's the last timeout for the Windy City Bulls, which will give them the opportunity to advance the ball to half court.
And they're going to
put a little bit more time on the clock.
12.4 is they're going to reset the game clock. He said at 12.4. Again, here's the inbounds pass. Well, that's the second pass there by Butler. But the inbound pass came to Watson. You see number 8 right there, who gave it to Butler and went down court.
Had a chance to foul Randall at midcourt too, and unfortunately weren't able to execute that. Step back three attempt for Carleek Jones, off the iron, no good. Rebound going to Jared Butler, and that should just about do it with 4.9 seconds left. Windy City trailing by 4, and Butler will march to the other end. He'll shoot 2 free throws to try to provide a little bit of insurance for the Grand Rapids Gold, and they will be so happy to get this win. As you mentioned, they haven't won on the road all year.
Well, that's the that's the disappointing thing.
Sure.
About this game is that Grand Rapids came in here just probably, I mean, as low could be. No wins on the road, 2 wins on the season, and they're going to come out of here with a win over the Windy City Bulls, who came in at what, 9-5? Yeah,
9-5 on the year. As Butler makes the first free throw, he has 21 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. Played a great all-around game. He misses the second, but it won't make any difference. Ethan Thompson going to the bucket. He'll lay it in, but that will just add a couple points to the final total. Windy City, a disappointing loss at home as they fall to the Grand Rapids Gold by a final score of 106-103. We'll come back with some final thoughts from Jeff and get you set for tomorrow's rematch. Unhappy final score, 106-103 in favor of the Grand Rapids Gold. Back to wrap it up on NBC Sports Chicago. We are back at Now Arena. The unhappy final score, the Windy City Bulls fall to the Grand Rapids Gold, 106-103. Mark Shanowski, Jeff Blanzy courtside. Jeff making his debut as the analyst here. And unfortunately, we talked to Henry Domarçant before the game, and you could tell he was a little bit apprehensive about the fact that they had this busy schedule, 2 road games this week, then coming here to play back-to-back against Grand Rapids, and then out to Vegas for the Showcase Cup. And I think he might have been a little bit worried about the possibility of a letdown.
Yeah, he was definitely worried about it, there's no doubt. And, you know, one of the things he really said to us that they needed to do in this game was play well defensively, and they didn't. They did not play well defensively at all. They got down by 11 points at one point in that second half. Did crawl back and actually, you know, to actually take the lead at one point in the second half. So, but again, they had to work so hard to get that lead that I think they just ran out of gas. Malcolm Hill led the way with 22 points. I thought he played great in the first half. At one point, he ran off 10 straight points for the Bulls. But then again, you didn't hear much from him after that, and that's kind of what happened. And when you get behind like that and you're constantly chasing, it wears on you. And you got a team that came in here playing with really nothing to lose. I mean, Grand Rapids had come in here 2-12 record. Right. They had yet to win on the road, and they're taking on a team that is playing for a lot. And they got the trip to Vegas coming up for big 4 games out there. So it hurts that way because you know something like that shouldn't happen.
Dalen Terry, the Bulls' first-round draft pick, had a tough time getting his offense going. He wound up with only 7 points on the night, took only 6 shots from the field. We don't know if he's going to be here for the rematch against the Gold tomorrow. The Bulls, the parent Bulls, are flying out to Minnesota for a road game on Sunday, so he may be making that trip. We'll see if Dalen Terry is going to play. Jeff, thank you so much for your great work today. We'll look with having you back later in the season.
I appreciate it. Can't wait to come back, Mark. Great work with you, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, Kendall Gill will be here to join me for the rematch as the Bulls try to get some revenge against the Grand Rapids Gold. 106-103 is the final score for our director, Steve Grine, our great producer, Joe DiGiacomo, and our outstanding NBC Sports Chicago crew. We thank you so much for watching. We hope we'll see you back here tomorrow night. The rematch, the Bulls looking for revenge against the Grand Rapids Gold. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. We hope to see you tomorrow.
This copyrighted telecast of the NBA G League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA G League.